Skin glands are located in your dermis. So they are derived from epithelial tissue, but they're actually located in the dermis. There are 3 different types of skin glands that we're going to talk about. The sweat glands are also referred to as eccrine glands. And these glands all have ducts. So they secrete their substances, and then the substances go to the surface of the skin. So these skin glands are they have ducts, and they're actually referred to as not endocrine glands, but exocrine glands. So endocrine glands secrete their substances into the blood, like your pituitary gland secreting a hormone like oxytocin into your blood. But the skin glands secrete their substances via ducts. When we look at the sweat glands, mostly what they are secreting is water. And we talked about the significance of the skin in thermoregulation. We also have antibodies, which help to protect against infection. So our salivary glands, which are not actually the skin glands, but the salivary glands also have antibodies on them. When we look at sweat glands, they also could have or be acidic. The sweat can be acidic, and that helps protect against infection like fungal infections on your body. And sweat glands can also produce urea. So they can also secrete urea, and this is an excretory waste that can actually be converted to ammonia by bacteria. So this is why if you do not wash your sweaty gym clothes and you let them sit around for a while, they'll start to smell like ammonia. And one way to get that ammonia smell out is to use vinegar in your wash in order to neutralize the ammonia and to kind of get the stink out of your sweaty clothes. There's also, I have to mention that there's also new detergents that have enzymes that also help to break down organic products that end up in your clothes. So these are the sweat glands. They are located all over your body, not in any just particular region. This is not true for other non-primate mammals. So if you think about your cat and your dog, you never see them sweaty. Instead, they thermoregulate by panting. And so they do not have these sweat glands that we do. And so the sweat glands in primates and specifically in humans are believed to be super kind of interesting from an evolutionary perspective as to why we have sweat glands all over our bodies. Okay, so those are the sweat glands. We can also talk about what are called sebaceous glands. So let me spell it right. Sebaceous glands. So these sebaceous glands secrete sebum. These are also widely distributed over your body. This is what gives you whiteheads or blackheads. This sebum is actually really important because it is lubricating. So this lubricates the skin. So if you didn't have oils or lotions or whatever, you can imagine when you wash your face how dry it would be if you washed your face with soap, and let's say you forgot your lotion or you didn't have any lotion or oil to put on your face, right? And then pretty soon your face gets oily and you're like, well, I didn't put anything on my face and I washed it off. Where did that oil come from? It came from your sebaceous glands. This is actually really important because without this lubrication, our skin would crack and break open and maybe even bleed. and then we might get infections in our skin. So as you get older, like for example, on your hands, in the winter, your skin can dry out, and you might note that your knuckles will crack open and bleed. So it's really important to take care of your skin because it has a super important function of protecting your body from infection. Okay. The problem with sebaceous glands is they also can become infected. They are associated with hair follicles. So let's say you tweeze out a hair and then you get a pimple there. And the reason why is that by tweezing it out, you might have gotten bacteria into that opening. And then the bacteria infects your sebaceous glands. And then the sebaceous gland becomes infected and inflamed. And then you get a pimple. And so these are the culprits for acne. So these cause acne. So we'll put that cause of acne. Okay, the last type of gland is what is referred to as the apocrine gland. And apocrine glands produce complex substances that are believed to be pheromones. So pheromones are substances that allow for communication, specifically like sexual attractants. So pheromones, these are located like in your armpits and in your groin area. And then like, for example, around the nipples is another place where these apocrine glands are located. And so they're not located all over your body. They also provide or cause what is referred to as body odor, because as bacteria break down these products, these pheromones, then they produce really stinky stuff, stinky substances. And so this is what causes body odor. So the smell of your body is not necessarily stinky until the bacteria begin to work on it. And so we have a whole industry, probably billions of dollars, I'm sure, like deodorants, trying to decrease how stinky we are. But actually, it's believed to be, from a psychological point of view, smell is a really important attractant. And so you could find somebody that you are attracted to because of their body smell, not their perfume that they are wearing or trying to cover up their body odors. And so it's kind of an interesting thing to think about, how we mask our body odor, but it could also be really important information that we are not receiving when somebody else masks their body odor. So those are the apocrine glands. And so this is the cause of body odor when bacteria break down your substances. Components of this one. So this is specifically like in your armpits, groin, and around nipples. Okay, so those are the three different types of glands that we have located within the dermis.